few instances where Rihanna has kind of shown where she stands with the Kardashian Jenners, like that time on Twitter when she told Kendall Jenner to not come to her concert.
People think that Rihanna and A$AP Rocky are throwing shade at Kendall Jenner, and here's why.
Like I always say, you can't mess with her in the blogosphere because she will get you back. I mean, I know that Gaga's got her monsters and the monsters attack. It's never Gaga. But Rihanna, she doesn't even wait for her fans. Rihanna will go in and get you good herself. Yeah.
Things have definitely flipped. And now Kendall Jenner seems to be having her moment to throw shade back at Rihanna and A$AP Rocky after years of tension. It's no secret that Rihanna has never really liked Kendall or the rest of the Kardashian-Jenner family. But when it comes to Kendall, people say Rihanna's dislike is more personal. It apparently started years ago when Kendall and A$AP Rocky were rumored to be getting close. What made things worse was talk that Kendall tried to reconnect with Rocky after he'd already begun seeing Rihanna. And if there's one thing everyone knows about Rihanna, it's that she doesn't mess around when it comes to her relationship. Fast forward to now, and it looks like Kendall might be enjoying the drama surrounding A$AP Rocky's legal issues. He's currently going through a pretty serious trial. He was reportedly offered a plea deal but turned it down. Now that new witness statements are coming out, it seems like he might be regretting that decision. As for Kendall, sources say she's been quietly throwing shade and enjoying the situation from the sidelines. If that's true, Rihanna definitely won't be happy about it. So what exactly did Kendall say? Is she really trying to stir things up again? The situation is getting messier, especially with Rocky's trial not going his way. If he's convicted, he could be facing up to 24 years in prison. That's right, nearly a quarter of a century. By the time he'd be out, his two kids, RZA and Riot Rose, would be fully grown. And let's be honest, the odds of Rihanna sticking by his side for that long don't look very good. Rocky clearly has a lot riding on this case, but how did he even get into this mess in the first place? The trouble started when Rocky allegedly fired a weapon at fellow A$AP mob member, A$AP Relly. The exact reason behind their falling out is still unclear, but what's known is that things escalated quickly. What began as an argument soon turned into something much worse. Reports claim Rocky pulled out a weapon and fired shots. Relly ended up with a minor injury, but things could have gone much worse. And this wasn't just a random act of anger, at least according to Relly's legal team. They say Rocky planned the whole thing. Allegedly, Rocky invited Relly to a private location under the impression they were going to talk things out, but instead of resolving anything, the situation ended violently. And now Rocky is fighting for his freedom. With everything that's at stake, he's going to need a very strong defense. Now here's where Kendall comes into the picture again. There's talk that she's been a little too happy about the possibility of Rocky and Rihanna breaking up because of all this. What makes this even more dramatic is the news from a few weeks ago. A$AP and Rihanna reportedly tried to have Kendall and her family banned from attending future Met Galas. This isn't just some minor Hollywood feud. Rihanna has built a serious empire and gained real power and influence over the years, not just in music, but in fashion and beauty as well. While the Kardashians are big names, Rihanna is in a different league when it comes to actual industry. Respect. When she speaks, people listen. When the Kardashians try to do the same, it often comes off as forced. Here's the twist. A$AP Rocky was just added to the Met Gala's planning committee. That gives Rihanna even more say over who gets invited. For the Kardashians, who've treated the Met Gala like a yearly family event, this could be a huge blow. And it all seems to tie back to Kendall's support for Chris Brown, which has rubbed Rihanna the wrong way for years. Everyone remembers the horrible incident between Chris Brown and Rihanna that damaged his public image permanently. While most people sided with Rihanna during that time, Kendall's connection to Chris Brown never sat well with her. After everything Rihanna went through and survived, guess who ended up siding with Chris Brown? Kendall Jenner. And let's just say, Rihanna hasn't let that slide. Now that her partner A$AP Rocky has major influence over the Met Gala guest list, and Rihanna herself has a big say too, it looks like the Kardashian era of treating the Met Gala like their personal catwalk might finally be coming to an end. Rihanna's making it clear. Choices come with consequences. It's not just about Kendall showing support for Chris Brown once. What really seemed to bother Rihanna is that Kendall didn't stop. She kept supporting him for years after everything that happened. Kendall and Chris were spotted together frequently. They were seen hanging out at events, private parties, and even late-night gatherings. Eventually, rumors started going around that Kendall and Chris were actually dating. At the time, Chris Brown was still in a relationship with Karrueche Tran, which made the rumors even more controversial. But according to multiple reports, Kendall didn't seem to care. She was reportedly very into Chris, even while he was still with someone else. Back in 2014, a source close to Kendall told Us Weekly that she had become obsessed with Chris. Keep in mind, this was around the time when Chris was in jail for violating his probation, after he allegedly made threats involving a weapon while he was supposed to be in rehab for anger management. One insider claimed that after the 2014 MTV Video Music Awards, Kendall went with Chris to his place and stayed there with a group of friends until 5 in the morning. And it wasn't just Kendall. Her younger sister Kylie also started spending time around Chris not long after. When their mom, Kris Jenner, was asked about the girls hanging out with Chris Brown, she laughed it off. She even joked that she wasn't happy her daughters were so into bad boys. But this didn't sit well with everyone in the family. That same year, Bruce Jenner, who is now known as Caitlyn Jenner, reportedly stepped in and tried to put a stop to it. An insider told OK Magazine that Bruce didn't want Kendall or Kylie anywhere near Chris Brown or his crew. Bruce was so serious about it that he allegedly told Chris she had to support the decision to ban their daughters from seeing Chris, saying it wasn't open for discussion. But Rihanna's problem with Kendall doesn't just boil down to her involvement with Chris Brown. There's more to it. In 2017, Kendall briefly dated ASAP Rocky, and now Rocky is Rihanna's longtime partner and the father of her children. So even if Rihanna and Rocky were just friends at the time, it's safe to say that she wasn't thrilled about Kendall's connection to him. And let's be real, when you don't like someone, being petty can sometimes feel like payback. Maybe Rihanna is just being protective of her space, her man, or both. The tension between Rihanna and Kendall has been simmering for years. It's not loud or explosive, but it's there. One subtle moment that caught fans' attention happened at the Off-White fashion show in 2022. Observers noticed that Rihanna and ASAP Rocky kept pretty neutral expressions during the show, until Kendall walked down the runway. That's when things got interesting. Fans claimed they saw Rihanna giving Kendall a serious side-eye as she walked past. Now, Kendall's runway walk has always been a topic people debate. Some say she's graceful, others say she looks bored. After that event, the internet piled on again, criticizing her for walking like she had no energy or emotion. But this time, Rihanna's look, real or imagined, gave fans even more reason to say Kendall didn't belong on that level of modeling. To many, it felt like Rihanna's reaction made a clear statement. She didn't think Kendall was in the same class as the top-tier supermodels. And to be fair, the tension didn't start there. An old tweet from Kendall resurfaced where she wrote, "If Rihanna doesn't perform Complicated tomorrow, I'm going to be very upset." Rihanna responded with a cold reply, "Well, don't come." That interaction added more fuel to the theory that these two had been on bad terms for a long time. This drama goes even further back. In 2015, Rihanna was scheduled to perform at the Victoria's Secret fashion show, but pulled out at the last minute. Rumor had it she wasn't happy that her close friend Jordan Dunn was suddenly replaced by none other than Kendall Jenner. Jordan seemed to throw some shade of her own when she tweeted, and later deleted, feeling so much better about not doing BS. Sorry, I mean VSS. Now that Rihanna isn't doing it either. And there's more. At the 2018 Met Gala, another unconfirmed story made headlines. A source claimed that Rihanna was standing near Kendall at the bar and loudly said, "Good thing I have curves to pull this outfit off. I'd hate to be a stick figure," before walking away laughing. Whether or not that quote is true, it added to the ongoing belief that Rihanna has never truly accepted Kendall. All of this background explains why reports now say Rihanna is using her influence at the Met Gala to quietly freeze the Kardashians out. Sources say she doesn't want them at the event and is doing what she can to make that happen. And it's not just her. Apparently, many insiders in the fashion industry feel like the Kardashian era at the Met Gala should come to an end. They believe their time in the spotlight is up, and Rihanna might just be the one helping push them out the door. That said, this feud might not be as one-sided as it seems. Kendall may have her own reasons for keeping this going. Some think she's secretly hoping that ASAP Rocky's legal troubles don't go away anytime soon. If things don't go well, Kendall could be the one getting the last laugh in this silent rivalry. So what do you think? Is Kendall just holding a grudge and dragging things out too far? Or does she have a right to feel the way she does? Let's hear your thoughts in the comments. See you next time.